So, the deserved downfall of Lilly Singh, aka Superwoman, aka one of the GOATs. You understand? Like, she's one of those people that you just had to beat her. You just had to beat her. If you anything younger than, if you anywhere between, if you're younger than 21 years old, maybe even younger than 18. If you was really tapped in. If you're younger than 18, you just don't know. You don't understand. You wasn't there. And you'll understand when you get older and, you know, people that you once reverenced in a moment of spotlight that they had are no longer in that spotlight. And the generation underneath you don't understand the impact that them niggas really had because they was really lit. You know what I'm saying? Now I understand the older generation. When I'm hearing these fucking artists like the one that Snoop Dogg love, Big Al or some shit like that, and I'm like, yo, this shit is trash. And it's just like, he not trash. You wasn't there. You just had to be there in the moment. And so this is one of my all-time good pulls of YouTubers. I am a fan of Superwoman. I don't know what she did when she had her own TV show. I don't know all the fucked up shit that she did potentially. I don't know. Her as a creator, you know what I'm saying? I have nothing but love for Lilly Singh at the end of the day. For at least for Superwoman, let's say that. I don't know Lilly Singh, but Superwoman got nothing but love. You know what I'm saying? So let's see what her downfall is.
So years ago, one of the hottest topics online was the downfall of YouTube titan Lilly Singh. Lilly is quite literally one of the most successful OG YouTubers from that era. You could almost call her like a female FouseyTube, only without the continuous crash outs and rises.
Oops. You wanna have some fun tonight, babe?
Honestly, her worst defense from the start has always been being kinda cringe.
Some people say I look like Sean Paul, some people say I look like Lil Wayne. Young Moolah, baby.
And really,
again, a lot of you niggas seeing her for the first time in 2025, I look back and I probably cringe. I look back at my own shit and cringe, right? But if you wasn't there, I don't want to hear your opinion. If you wasn't there, if you wasn't watching it when it was happening, it was a different time. You know what I'm saying? Because I pull up a lot of y'all niggas Instagram pictures, you know what I'm saying, that y'all posted back in 2014 and look at it in 2025 and niggas gonna have a different opinion. Of course, it was a different time. Don't do that. You haven't walked a mile in my moccasins, nigga. Now that's a deep pull right there.
Obsessed with her identity politics.
You know, brown girls in particular seem to be a species of their own, don't they? I'm sure at least once in his life, every brown guy has asked, what the hell is going through the mind of that brown girl?
Even from the very start, her content was always driven by the fact that she was Indian, often making skits and videos revolving around Indian stereotypes and tropes. This is why I also relate her to Fousey, because his early content was about being Arabic, and the common themes that are displayed in a family of that culture.
Who do you think you are, little juicy?
But as time went on, Lilly really embraced the meta of YouTube at the time, which was to broadcast yourself. She would hop on camera and rant to say something people found funny about a facet of our society.
He loves you. You think his nipples don't get cold? No, his nipples get hella cold, but he'd rather have freaking snowball nipples than make you feel any bit of cold.
And looking back on it, it's not like any of this content was necessarily groundbreaking, but for the time it was about on par with what you would expect from the platform. And in a lot of ways, Lilly was kinda leading the way, really being the mainstream voice for the Indian people. Now eventually Lilly would parlay this early fame into more like comedy skits, not so much just about being Indian.
Okay, whoa, whoa.
This was a crazy collab at the time. I don't know if y'all niggas know, you know what I'm saying? I don't really wasn't super interested in the particular skit. I was always more of a fan of the rants and then like the type of video, like type of friends, type of moms, type of siblings, like those type of videos. But you know, this at the time was super groundbreaking.
Just because we both have the same skin color, it doesn't mean we're the same.
Yeah, we're our own people, okay? Stop comparing us.
And I feel like this is where she really hit her stride and started becoming a more mainstream figure in the YouTube space, That was still a much more niche place 10 years ago, as was the concept of an influencer and being able to make a true living online. But Lilly was quickly becoming a millionaire, so she starts landing massive collaborations. She becomes friends with Ellen, she becomes friends with The Rock, and all of her videos were getting millions of views.
But I'm launching my YouTube channel soon, and I just need a little bit of advice from the only person I can get it from, you.
Right, of course, YouTube, and obviously I know YouTube. Yeah, YouTube's pretty much my world. It's pretty much like my tube, and I would love to help you get into my tube.
I guess you could say she was definitely on her way to online.
Whoa! I didn't know this happened, but you know.
Superstardom, and she would actually continue this run for years, amassing over 14 million subscribers
Actress, advocate, daddy.
On her YouTube channel, which at the time was obviously considered massive. I mean, even till this day, that is still pretty huge. But obviously, we're now just in like a different era. I would say it's been like the Mr. Beastification of YouTube. I guess you could also say the slop AI era. And it actually wasn't until around 6 years ago, almost to the day, that her life would be flipped upside down on its head. All through what looked like it could be her greatest opportunity yet. A little late with Lilly Singh, her now infamous talk show that would air on NBC.
I always felt like this was the equivalent of like a great college player. Like a college NFL or a college quarterback, right? Great college quarterback. We're talking Heisman winner or runner-up Heisman winner. And then they get their first, stint in the NFL, and it's really bad. Like a Peyton Manning, if you will. Peyton Manning's rookie year, he has the all-time rookie interception for a single season, right? This is what I thought, right? It wasn't really well written. They tried to, it was just like, it didn't really fit because her audience, and it just, I don't know. I didn't really go into it, but it didn't really go. It wasn't really with the times, it just didn't fit. And so I was like, okay, it's not like she's not talented. It's not like she doesn't have the ability to be funny. It's just like, there were people writing her jokes and things like that, and she was trying to be politically and all that. But I just felt like this was that Peyton Manning rookie season. It just was bad. We know he's a great talent. We know what he was capable of doing, right? He just had a shit year. It's okay. It's okay. Like, that's what I felt personally. And I was like, it's bad, but it's whatever though. Like, you feel what I'm saying?
But now that I'm in this position, I'm super excited to help pave the path. And as a woman, I'm especially stoked to join this group of people. You may be thinking, hey, who's this broad? And where's my straight white male host?
Now, when I reflect on this show, I do kind of have mixed feelings. Because on one hand, I would rather get a lobotomy than sit through the entire 2-season run. But on the other hand, I don't think that anyone would have been successful under the constraints they placed upon it.
Exactly.
Hello, my name is Lilly, and I ain't a white man. My skin got some color, and it ain't a spray tan.
Basically, the budget was so small that they had to film 90 episodes in a little over 3 months, meaning she was shooting multiple per day with an undersized writing staff.
Writer. Doesn't seem to be many options. Let's try this. Yes! Where am I? Now, this is the type of representation we should be seeing in 2019.
Oh, is this a callback audition for Quirky Best Friend of a White Lead?
So doing 3 episodes and 2 sketches in one day.
And that's not to even mention that
Shoot, that's that work right there. They was putting in pain though. Shit flopped and all that, but you gotta have those. Bro, you was able to sprint through your failure, 90-day failure. You failed. No, think about it. You failed hard as fuck in the first 90 days. That's a blessing. You failed faster than what anybody else could have failed. You failed in 90 days, what most people would have taken 2 to 3 years to fail. I mean, that's a beautiful thing, my nigga. That's tough.
there was a massive delay from when these would be filmed and subsequently released. And I really do feel like late night talk shows rely on current events quite a bit, and this would only become much more noticeable when the pandemic hit, as a lot of the topics she was talking about now seemed beyond tone deaf, like making out with people, or going to parties, or basically just being in public places.
Now, I have noticed that my guy friends don't bring new girlfriends around me anymore, also. You know, it used to be because they thought I'd them. Okay? But now, not only can I block, I can rebound, box out, do a layup, and score! No!
I think that there was something there though. There was like it was poorly executed, and I didn't really care for the delivery. But there was something there though. Like they had potential with that specific joke. It just need like just like you have the concept in your mind, right? But it just wasn't properly put. There was something there though. Like we can work with that, in my opinion.
What the fuck is this piece of shit?
But beyond that, the biggest issue with the show, and now the biggest issue with her crumbling career, is that absolutely everything is purposely made with exclusivity and her perceived idea of equality in mind.
Oh, crap. I swung the pendulum too far. Hate when that happens. Fine, you get one.
Which basically equates to white people always being evil, you know, always being the butt of the joke, while minorities are propped up as if we are some sort of Make-A-Wish kids. You know, in Lily's mind, it's like we always need some sort of social savior.
I understand that for some people, white people, seeing someone like me host a show is terrifying.
I know you used to only Jimmy's in the spotlight, but I'ma throw some melanin up in your late night.
Ball gown, okay. A little overkill, though. Maybe for when I win my Emmy. Which, let's be real, it's inevitable, because a whole bunch of older white people voting for a brown girl will help them get praise from the media.
My writer's room look like a mini United Nations. More than 50% women and people of all races.
I'm trying to think, is there a way to go about this that's better? They got the black boy wearing the coolest monkey in the jungle sweater. That's something right there. That's nah, we gotta switch sweaters, Playboy. Or you gotta give me a different sweater, bruh. I'm not wearing no, you know what I'm saying? I'm not wearing the monkey sweater. I'm sorry. I'm just not gonna wear it. I'm good though. Like, you feel what I'm saying? I'm good on that.
Meanwhile, the other kid is like, oh great, another white savior. Because Daniel knows better than to hook up with some rich white lady. But at least it's inclusive, if you know what I mean.
And look, I get that this is her form of some sort of media reparations that she is trying to take into her own hands, but the whole bit became incredibly exhausting very fast. Like, there is nothing clever or new about her observations in regards to racial dynamics. And above all, it just seems like she just shits on white people over and over just for the sake of it, especially white men.
Next, lunge forward. Just like you want to lunge at Kyle's throat when he steals your idea during the board meeting and then tells you to smile more while he grabs your ass in the elevator.
I mean, don't get me wrong, using race and identity in comedy is a story as old
Right.
as time.
It just, race is never an issue in comedy. There's nothing in comedy, in my opinion, that's off limits as long as it's funny. That's the only thing that matters, bro. A white person could get up on stage and tell the most racist jokes ever. If it's funny, I don't care. I swear I don't. And maybe I should, but I don't. And it was just like, it wasn't the fact that she was using race so much. It's just the fact that it wasn't funny. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, it wasn't funny. It's like you have a style of quarterback, a certain style of quarterback, right? You have a quarterback that's like, let's say Kyler Murray, right? He has a similar quarterback style to Lamar Jackson. Style. I'm not saying he's as good, but a similar style. A running quarterback who can throw, but their main strength or what mainly stands out about them is their ability to make plays with their legs, right? Everyone is now getting on Kyler saying you can't win like this. He plays too much backyard football. But Lamar Jackson, who plays a very similar style, no one's saying that. Why? Because it's working. So it's not that she's doing too much race shit. It's that it's not working. It's not funny. If the shit was funny, everything is good. Everything is masked when you win. When you succeed, when you execute, when you win, everything is masked. Everything is covered up. Everything is okay. Right? And sometimes to a fault. Right? A lot of times niggas be doing shit in the industry that's not good, but they succeed and they popular. You know what I'm saying? Somebody knew Whitney was doing crack the first couple times she did it, but they was like, I ain't gonna lie, Whitney's still going. So like, I can't really. And then by the time it interfered with them, it was too late. It was too late by that point. Whitney didn't start doing crack when we first noticed she was doing crack. She was doing crack a little bit before that, at least. Somebody knew. But they was like, nah, I ain't gonna lie, she's still valid though. As long as she, and then when she still wasn't doing, when she stopped being able to produce, it was too late. Then the whole thing came apart. The wheels fell off that joker. Everything came apart. Whitney died, Bobby died, RIP. That's not really super related, but the point is, when shit's good, when shit's funny, when shit's working, when shit's successful, everything's okay.
Lilly just has this very immature...
Wow, this is interesting. I usually don't like lipstick, but this kind of looks interesting, especially with the, you know...
shallow way of approaching the topic every single time. And I also find this all incredibly ironic, because she admits that when she initially was pitched this opportunity for this show, they really only wanted her because she was a bisexual woman of color.
Let's break down this offer properly.
Okay.
And it was explained to me the machine that is late night and how historically late night hosts have all looked the same and talked about the same things. And this would be an opportunity to do something different and have someone different and kind of make history. And my ego likes making history, like it does.
You like to be the first to do things, right?
By nature, I am that type of person that's like, oh, growing up, my parents told me not to do this. I absolutely have to do this. Like, I gravitate towards the rebellion always. I know this about myself.
Something that she says over and over and over again.
Bisexual woman of color. Bisexual woman of color gets late night show. Come on. I'm more than just a bisexual woman of color, okay?
I almost legally changed my name to bisexual woman of color.
But now,
That's actually, that's pretty funny, a little bit.
thanks to me, your kids will grow up to be bisexual women of color talk show hosts.
It's almost like when someone's trying to be in on the joke, when in reality they don't realize how hilariously ironic it is. And I think that she is incapable of doing so because her ego is so big. Now, needless to say, this show was a massive failure. The viewership was declining by the episode, and after 2 seasons they eventually canned her and her diversity justice crew.
If you have a problem with me talking about being bi or a woman of color, that's fine. You're 100% entitled to your own opinion. And you can talk all about it on your TV show. Oh, wait, you don't have one.
Okay, what is the part that is so deserved about her downfall? Because that's what I'm waiting for personally. Like, what about what she's done? Or like, okay, is she not funny in these types of settings? Perhaps, you know, perhaps, potentially. But is that a deserved downfall? Like, where's that?
And even beyond the issues with the actual content, I feel like her voice was often so grating. And hearing her go on these long monologues time and time again just killed my brain cells. And honestly, most of the time it seemed like she was just trying way too hard to be funny or relatable.
I'm so single that sometimes I ghost myself just to feel any type of emotion. No worries, fam. Light one up. You're good.
And overall, I feel like this was an opportunity that was handed to Lilly prematurely because she did really check off the right boxes and was also
What are the right boxes? Let's talk about that.
popping enough on YouTube with the right certain target demographic for them to take a swing at it.
I disagree. Let's normalize swinging and failing. Fuck it. I'm so glad. I wish they did more failures. I'm saying normalize swinging and missing. It was only a 90-day trial. It was literally 90 days. 90 days, 90 episodes or whatever. In, out. You tried it, it failed. It wasn't properly put together. And like he said, it was the poor conditions and whatever. Or not ideal conditions. Right? You fail, so what?
If you're wondering why I've been chosen to host this show, it's because television is dying and the internet is thriving.
Period. That's facts.
But Jesus Christ, did they strike out.
Here comes the pitch. Strike three, and he knew it. Didn't even get the bat off his shoulder.
And sadly, this all really derailed her career, her mental health, and her public perception. And what would actually make matters much worse is that in the aftermath of this fallout, Lilly would go on to do a TED Talk that was also incredibly cringe.
I can't tell you how many times I forgot to wipe that chest hair off. A lot of times.
But it was also here where we learn why Lilly is so hell-bent on massaging her own ego through the guise of fame and success, and being quote-unquote groundbreaking. It actually all started from the moment she was born.
You see, because my mom had been told that if she gave birth to a daughter, it wasn't worth phoning home about.
After all, she'd already given birth to my older sister, and this time everyone had high hopes that she would do right and have a son. But she didn't. She had me. And so there were no congratulations or Indian sweets sent our way. Just the reality that from the moment I came into this world, I was already a disappointment to so many people.
So from the start, she was destined to have an issue with the way she viewed herself and also her self-worth. It was literally ingrained in her that being born a woman was to be subservient to men. Obviously something that can create a massive issue with someone's self-image.
He said that I had done what no one else could have done, and I had made the family name proud. Me, Lily, the baby born a girl. I am attracted to influence and power because I always felt like that's how I had to change people's minds.
So this then defined who she was as a person, really for her entire life. And it's like the only way that she could get back at her family and prove them wrong is to have this massive chip on her shoulder. So it's like all of her work ethic and even eventual success was driven out of spite rather than anything positive, and it's like she just cannot let that go.
It would be naive for me to sit here and say that a lot of my success is not because I had a desire in me to prove people wrong.
Like, you had to work 10 times.
I mean, so I feel like so many people feel that way, though. Like, I don't know. Like, is that wrong? It's because, like, on one hand, right, the things that you do that God has gifted you the ability and the talents to do at a high level should be out of love, you know. I don't want to prove anyone wrong. I want to prove God right. You know, I want to show God, like, look, you know, you gave these gifts to the right person who's going to use them properly, and you know, all these kind of good things, as opposed to, oh, shitting on you. However, if shitting on people is going to make you work harder, if shitting on people is going to make you get out of bed in the morning, I don't know. It's kind of like LeBron versus MJ, right? LeBron ignores hate. He doesn't address it. He doesn't acknowledge it. He just completely doesn't use it. While MJ uses hate. MJ creates hate to use it. MJ makes up shit and uses it. Right? Both all-time greats. Lilly is, no matter what you think about Lilly, all-time great. That's not even a matter of opinion. That's just facts at the end of the day. So, can operating out of something that isn't purely love cause some issues? Perhaps. Right? I mean, you eat a Snickers bar, right? You want a little bit of energy, right? I mean, does it get the job done? Sure. You know, are there long-term implications to eating Snicker bars or eating things that are unhealthy? You know, or eating sources of sugar that aren't fruits? I guess so. But, I mean, whatever.
As hard as the male that they were hoping for, the boy that they were hoping for.
I had to literally become a superhero.
Because honestly, a lot of people are driven to success by wanting to, like, prove people wrong. But usually at some point, once they've made it, they can do some self-reflection and realize, oh, well, if they didn't want me, well, fuck them. And fuck it.
How old is Lilly? Is she even 40? She's not even 40, bruh. I don't think. Hold on, bruh. We gotta go. I don't think she's that old, though. Age of Lilly. Is that how you spell her name? Yeah. 1988, so she's 12 years older than me, so she's 37. Turned 37 in September. So she's still pretty young, bro. Listen, man. We gotta give niggas grace at the end of the day, bro. We want to sit up here on the fucking internet and be like, you know, it's okay to not have things figured out in your 30s or in your 40s. You know, it's okay. It's like, okay, but she figured out a lot of shit that motherfuckers who live a whole life aren't going to be able to figure out. She figured out a way to get the fuck out financially. She figured out how to be successful. She figured out work ethic. She figured out a lot of shit that a heavy majority of the population will not even touch if they live 3 lifetimes. 3. And we want to get on her because fucking little Tic Tac shit? Come on, man. Is she not even 40 yet? That's tough.
There I was,
was Lilly, the baby born a brown girl, rubbing elbows or at least time slots with comedy royalty.
Now, even with that all being said, she still crones on about the fact that her show was not successful, basically crying that no one wanted to hear her shallow-ass perspectives on social politics.
The silver lining is that we'll finally get a different perspective in late night. Now a little bit of melanin, a dash of queer, a different take on things. Let's do this.
A dash of queer.
But my take was almost never included in topical media news coverage roundups. You know, we still got the same voices, the same perspectives, even though someone and something different was literally in the next time slot. I kept trying to pull up my seat. You know, I kept trying to join the dinner conversation. I kept trying to ask for a more supportive seat. But every time I would be told that I should be grateful to have a seat in the first place.
While also blaming her race and her sexuality for her eventual cancellation. Almost like saying, oh, the world just wasn't ready for these messages yet from someone who looks like me.
I would receive notes like, don't be so loud, don't be so big, don't be so angry, smile more. And my all-time favorite, don't over-index on the South Asian stuff. Now, unfortunately, the budget wasn't based on the importance or significance or historic nature of the show. It was based on the 1:30 a.m. time slot that we had. So
1:30 a.m.? Nah, you really gotta make shit shake if you in a 1:30 a.m. time slot. Your shit gotta go viral on TikTok and YouTube.
True investment is one that values potential over proof. Because so often that proof doesn't exist for women. Not because we aren't qualified, but because we haven't been given the opportunity. In other words, if you're trying to be inclusive, don't give someone new a seat made of straw until they prove they deserve a better one.
When in
That's an interesting concept. I kind of want to watch that TED Talk now. I feel like she's bringing up, you know, even though I may disagree with certain points that she's saying, I feel like she's bringing up some thought-provoking stuff.
In reality, the messenger had truly not earned her place at the table, as she likes to say. Just watching the show, it was beyond obvious that Lilly skipped a bunch of steps and was more or less thrown to the front of this line. Because pretty much almost every late-night host has spent years grinding stand-up, maybe in some writing rooms, or doing some sort of other hosting, you know, like live performance type of jobs. And while yes, she had done some live shows in the past, Lilly was still prematurely given this job, and when she tried to step out of the YouTube bubble, it was beyond obvious that she was not prepared. And when you combine that with her massive ego and improperly placed chip on her shoulder, it was really destined for failure. I mean, even when she won some sort of award that I'm guessing was bought and paid for, I think it was like Female Comedian of the Year, she was so incredibly cringe and not humble at all in her acceptance, she was actually very spiteful.
Thank God! Because this has been exhausting, honestly. A lot of you recognize me from that show that your publicist told you not to do, because then you couldn't get on one of the Jimmys. It's fine, honestly, whatever. I honestly don't care. I'm not even hurt. I don't even care. It's whatever. I'll be me, Kyle, my manager, they're all here. Someone applaud them. You don't know them, they're strangers, but do it anyways. Oh, like I want to say things like, I don't deserve to be here. Like, I don't deserve to be in this room because women always have to downplay our accomplishments. Not today.
And I feel like for the last couple of years,
I gotta watch those in its entirety. I'm not gonna do that right now, but I will reserve my opinion until I watch those in its entirety.
Lilly has definitely been laying kinda low. Like, I really think the failure of her late night show did a lot of damage to her ego and her self-esteem, and I think she really felt like at that point everyone had kind of turned on her.
I guess in my delusional brain I was like, they're like my family and they got my back. And then when I did late night, to see that so many creators on YouTube like tore me apart the first chance they got, it was this irrational sense of betrayal.
But now she has released this independent film. It's like her brainchild of around 7 years under her production company called Unicorn Island Productions.
We friggin' made a movie, y'all. We friggin' made a movie.
And
That sound like the J. Cole outro. It reminds me of it at least.
I'm gonna let you guys take a guess about who's the star of this show.
Hello everyone, I'm Miss Singh, and I'll be teaching sex ed. The only person who should be entering you is Jesus. I can't teach this class. Why not?
But wait, guys, let's give it.
Let's be fair. Don't do that. Let's be fair. Don't do that. Let's give it a fair watch though, or don't say nothing.
a chance, maybe this piece of content is about something other than identity politics.
For everyone, you made a sex comedy featuring someone that looks like you. Like, it's not going to be for everyone. I even know it's not perfect. So one of the things that filmmakers that are like minority groups struggle with a lot is that most critics, not all, are white men. And so when you have a movie like this where like there's barely any white men in the movie, it's a thing that we discuss that's like, it's a little tough.
Yeah, well, this is gonna suck.
I've been dating this DJ, and she has been remixing my pussy like, oh.
Experiment with your sexuality, girl.
Are you my mommy? You wanna see my little baby wiener? She's in my diaper.
The movie is called Doing It, where Lilly stars as a 40-year-old virgin who has been assigned to teach sexual education.
You're still a virgin? Shut up, Maya, that's weird.
Now, I won't lie to you guys, I have not watched this movie yet.
So let's not have an opinion. So that's it. So again, I reserve my opinions for things that I have not seen in its entirety. So let's just shut the fuck up and say we'll see how it is.
But y'all let me know down in the comments if you do want me to do a separate review of it. Because honestly, it does seem pretty raunchy. Like, there was even some scenes from the trailer I could not include in this. Now, the last thing I really wanted to touch on here is that Lilly, or perhaps her publicist, has, from my perspective, been buying views and comments on not only her videos, but also anywhere she has gone recently to do an interview. I mean, just look at this string of comments from her most...
This news is well written. This is well written. This is a masterpiece. This is a masterpiece.
Recent video where she goes to...
This is well written. Alright, I mean, this definitely does look suspicious, but I don't know.
Her movie premiere.
We can't even change up the comments, like...
And compare it to this interview she did.
Brilliant work by the journalist. Absolutely love. This is too... I mean, to be fair though, I think there's a lot of bots and so maybe a lot of people are buying views. I don't know.
Or even this interview she did, or that interview she did, or this piece of content she did. And the comments are all bots, and not just normal stuff like those nasty things trying to lure you to nasty websites. They all just say completely irrelevant stuff, but it's always the same. Oh, this is a masterpiece. Or this news is really well written, or there's a great piece of journalism. And that is why it is my belief that she or her team are botting these comments to try and make her seem more relevant than she is in 2025. Which is honestly perfectly in line with her career, where she seems to think she is much more important and groundbreaking than she really is.
I could break a system, break a mold, do something different, and blow the door wide open.
I mean, she's gone on some podcasts with some pretty major production value, and these videos are months old, sitting at like 200 or 300 views. But yes, this was all kind of just to dive into the pool of...
Is that bad? I don't know. I can't tell. I mean, I can't tell. 200 to 300 views, I don't know.
Lilly Singh and why her career kind of failed and stalled out. I mean...
Failed, though? How can you say that this is a failure? Like, if we're being realistic... Okay, wait. Before I say anything, let's go to Lilly on YouTube. Raven Stray, maybe we'll look at that another time. Does she still post?
Hello everyone, I'm Miss Singh, and I'll...
I don't think this is a... Like... I don't think this is a fall off. She has a podcast, which 500K, 200K, 100K, 100K, 60K, 100K, 60K. It's just like, I think this is a transition. I think it just looks different than what, you know, okay. I don't know if she still has her prime skits on here. Okay, she do, right? This is a different era of YouTube. It's a lot. It's just like, this is her prime. Yes. Is she getting better in terms of views? You know, no, but I don't think it's all about that. To say that her career is like, her career is done. I don't know. I don't think that that's appropriate to say. I really don't. But I'm kind of interested in this movie though.
Hello everyone, I'm Miss Singh, and I'll be teaching.
Where can I watch it? Where can I watch it? Where can I watch it?
Sex ed.
Jason's mom gave me herpes. What's a reverse cowgirl?
The only person who should be entering you is Jesus. I can't teach this class. Why not?
You're still a virgin? Shut up, Maya, that's weird. How are you gonna teach sex ed?
My sexual journey has been so fucked up.
Holy shit. What's it doing?
Oh, fuck.
Maya. What a slut.
It's a simple abstinence-based program.
Have you met your students?
I've had sex with 8 people, including your dad.
So we good?
I was raised to feel
This fall? I mean, we're in fall right now. Is it out yet? Like, what's up?
ashamed by anything even related to sex.
Sperm can enter your body through your eyes.
Where are you learning this? It's all that Sailor Moon you're watching with her miniskirts and hooker friends.
You just need to have fun. I've been dating this DJ, and she has been remixing my pussy like, oh.
Experiment with your sexuality, girl.
Are you my mommy? You wanna see my little baby wiener? Jizzing my diaper.
This is probably not even something that's super like outside of the box, or like something that is like so far out of some experiences that girls have probably had.
Maybe you can learn with the students
How to locate the G-spot.
Get her out of here! Have you lost your fucking mind? You decided to become the Malala of sex education.
I am teaching these kids valuable lessons. What position do you recommend for someone with a very tight vagina?
Fuck me sideways.
She's gotta go before she Kama Sutras our school. Your homework is to get to know yourself, however you feel comfortable. It's just you touching you. Why are you still in bed? Mom, can I have some privacy?
What's that?
A mixer, because I had a smoothie.
Was the milk expired?
Get out, get out, get out, get out.
I made you breakfast.
No. The milk was expired.
Seems good to me.
so.
That's nasty. I can just watch it on YouTube? Can I watch it for free?
Premium. Enjoy.
I mean, I feel like you gotta let me watch it free with ads, mud. Like, I feel like after all niggas done, I don't know. I just kind of feel, nah, I'm not entitled to that though. I just would have thought, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how shit really, like, you would have just, like, hey, y'all can watch that with ads for the free ski. Like, nah, I feel it though. You gotta pay, like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta pay for other shit. You gotta pay for my shit too. Like, nah, you right though. That's me. That's my fault though.
Enjoy ad-free videos, plus the YouTube Music app.
That's my
One
fault,
subscription.
though, right?
Have you been boning any young Hassan Minaj?
That's my fault, mud. I ain't gonna lie. How much is it to buy? Let's see. Ultra high definition. Nah, we don't need that. I mean, I do want to see it. I'm not gonna lie. Can I only watch it on YouTube? I mean, that shit not gonna be in theaters for sure. No disrespect. Damn. All right. Anyway. I mean, I feel like I already said a lot, so, you know, I'll leave it at that. But I guess let me know what you guys think, and that's it.